Well, time for another possible leak. Keep in mind this might not be real, but it looks pretty legit, and there are all the abilities and what they do for the next Void Jungler champion BEL'VETH, and it seems possible because the names also got leaked by someone else a few weeks ago, and they're the same for each ability, so it could be possible, and this subreddit is legit. It's been made for months, and one of the moderators has been moderating Vex, Zeri and Renata's subreddits, so it's legit, the name is confirmed already. We just don't really know the abilities, but those sound interesting, and they sound similar to what I said in my speculations from the lore and everything, with what she can do with swarms. There are some errors in this text, maybe it was translated from another language, but what they say here is that she was supposed to be a hybrid champion like Volibear with more AP than AD. The passive would be Death in Lavender, and enemies drop something when they die, so like a soul, and she can collect stacks for passive, and this passive forms a swarm based on the stacks. It grants her lifesteal against jungle camps, and if she attacks a turret or epic monster, she sends her swarm to it, healing her and damaging it, and it consumes all stacks. So this sounds really cool. It's kind of what I said from all the speculations from her lore and teasers, that she can do some sort of swarm like a Zerg, and she has some sort of insects or monsters that she can send to attack her enemies. And yeah, there has to be a way to collect them and maybe, you know, build them up. You build up 20 mini monsters and then you throw them all in an enemy tower. That could be pretty cool. Q is Void Surge. She has the arrows in 4 directions that we can see in the leaked model, and the active makes her dash, dealing damage and slowing. And it also procs her passive while in Endless Banquet, and that's the ultimate. And when she damages a champion or big monster or epic monster in the direction of Arana with a dash, it is fully restored to cast again, so apparently she can cast 4 times, it seems. She can dash 4 times if she hits something. And using this against small monster and minions in the direction, it restores cooldown of the Q by 40% apparently. W would be above and below. It's similar to Rek'Sai's W with Pyke's W. She goes underground, so similar to Rek'Sai, so enters the sea or some water, void water, gaining move speed and going through walls. At the end she unburrows, dealing damage and knocking up all enemies in the area. This seems very similar to Rek'Sai, so I'm not really sure about this one. And if she's in the ultimate, she becomes untargetable and grants a short stun after the knockup. E would be Royal Maelstrom, starts channeling a vortex. During it she can't move and pull all enemies to her, damaging them for each second, so it'd be an AoE ability. And during this she receives less damage, so she gets some damage reduction, armor or magic resist. And she gives back a percentage of all damage she receives to the attackers, like Thornmail. That's interesting, so it's a taunt ability. And while in Endless Banquet, so the ultimate, that ultimate is the new form that transforms her into the second form we see in the leaked model, and all the abilities are different while in that form apparently. And while in the ultimate, this deals a percentage of true damage over second, and her damage reduction is higher, and at the end she can explode in that area. Interesting. And the ultimate turns into her true form for a few seconds, and apparently you can prolong this while in combat, and it's buffing all her skills with what we mentioned above. And while in this form she also gains increased HP, magic resist, armor and damage, and while transform, collecting those passive stacks heal her for a percentage. And she uses all her stacks to form a swarm of fishes. This was written by Gollum. Damaging enemies nearby. And the swarm dies after some time, but it can be renewed by killing champions. So if you kill someone with a swarm, you get another swarm. Again, we don't know if this is real, but it sounds pretty interesting and it sounds like it could be real. The abilities make sense for her according to the previous leaks and her lore and everything, so let me know if you believe this is real. It sounds good. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.